Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars, episode 7 of season 11. I'm sorry that this is late because it came on Friday. I just tried to relax a little bit this weekend because it has been a hectic couple of weeks. And I didn't review it last week for the same reason. And I need to stay on top of my consistency, so I do apologize because some people wait for my reviews and I feel really bad like if I don't get it to them within like 24 hours. So, technically it came on Friday night, so I'm still within 24 to 48 hours, so please forgive me. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. It is currently Sunday. I just reviewed The Real Housewives of Atlanta, so if you have not seen that, check out that. And then after I do this, I'm going to go ahead and watch The Walking Dead and review that as well. So, move the camera up a little bit. The episode I think the reason I haven't been so gung-ho to do this Marriage Boot Camp reviews is because they get on my nerve. Like, it's so fake and just fugazi that I'm like, I sometimes don't even feel like reviewing it. Some of the stuff is real, yeah, but I still, because I feel like Bobby and Aswa is fake couple. I feel like Megan and Deandra is fake couple. It just irks my nerves. So sometimes I'm looking like, I don't feel like talking about these people. But, y'all like my reviews and I'm here for the people and I like reviewing stuff. So, I'm going to give it what I can and y'all going to get my antics, of course. So we're in the midst of the whole Bobby leaving because he's pissed off storm, as I'm going to call it. It's the same night that, wait, no. Well, no, yeah, because it's nighttime. They outside. You see Asfa in her robe. And I think she's maybe even barefoot trying to tell him, please don't leave. Again, I felt like it was just one of those moments they tried to make it be good TV. And for me, it seemed faker than if boobs of people with, fake boobs. My boobs are real, though. But yeah, I didn't care for it. They showed Peter and Javi trying to go out and stop him from leaving, and he's like, I'm sick and tired of it. I just want to go. They show how Bobby's on the phone with, I think, Dr. V, whichever male doctor he was talking to, and the doctor trying to convince him to also not leave. Don't go. I'm gonna come in the morning and talk about it. And Bobby like, nope. I made my decision. I'm done. I'm out. I don't care. And he basically leaves. So Aspa saying, oh my God, I'm just devastated. I don't believe it because Aspa pokes the bear and Asfa and Bobby don't need to be together. And I think that's why it frustrates me that they are just on this show to get a check, basically. I feel like Marriage Boot Camp is not where you come to always save a marriage or save a relationship. It's also where you can come to get clarification that you guys don't need to be together. And they don't need to be together. No one on this season needs to be together. They all need to break up. All of them. You know what I'm saying? And it's just stupid. So I think that's the reason why it just aggravates my soul. He I'm furious. Wait. Well, no, I was saying how she's devastated because him leaving reminds her of all the other times he left. So why are you surprised? If he always leaving, you shouldn't be devastated because you're used to it. And, that part when I was like, girl, I don't care. He's saying how he's furious and he's done because of her antics. And we see that they were basically arguing because they in a room and I guess Amina broke Peter's phone. I don't even think she broke Peter's phone. I think she threw his phone and that was what it was. So now Oscar was asking Bobby, well, what would you do about if somebody broke your phone? And he like, well, you broke my iPad. It's the same thing. And from there, an argument ensued. But I'm like, that's petty. I don't care. I don't. And I feel like I don't want to have to talk up. I just don't care. So let's skip that whole part. The next day, we see that the man doctor goes to take Asifa and they go talk to Bobby. And, he tells, you should finish it out. You only got 4 days left. And y'all been together for 8 years. You owe it to yourself to see it through to the end, no matter what the end result is. But my thing is, if he has already decided that he don't want to be with her, He's made his decision. He don't have to come back for 4 days to say it in 4 days. He said it today. Like, who cares? They should not be together. They're not going to be together. I don't care what nobody says. And, you know, he like, you know, my thing is he made his decision by leaving. Bye. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you know, I hope you come back. Can I give you a kiss? And she like kisses him on the cheek. They leave, but he doesn't come with them. So he's like, I don't know, you know, I'm done. I don't want to come back. And they say, well, hopefully you will. We'll give you some time to think about it. Again, I wouldn't care. You know, they get back to the house, and you know, all the other cast are talking about it. And Javi says, well, you know what? He tells the doctors, like, I'm on strike. I'm not doing anything until he comes back. He said basically because I wanted to leave, I didn't leave. So I feel like, you know, if he ain't here, I'm not doing nothing. But I'm like, that also don't make any sense, because him not being here don't have nothing to do with you and Kel. You know, you have DeAndre and Megan saying how we are always waiting on them. Girl, they are. But I feel like in one way or the other, they're always waiting on one of the couples to do something, because someone is always having some fake ass issue. So they decided to cancel boot camp for the day, so no one has to participate in any of the drills or any of the tests that they have. So we then see Peter and Amina talking, and she's mad at Peter because he is still sneaking behind her back and calling Tara. And she's like, well, you know, I feel like, you know, you should call her in front of me. And I'm like, girl, he slept with her and didn't tell you. Why do you care if he calls her? He done the worst. You should be happy he just calling her and not sleeping with her. So calm down. Amina, she's special. You know, he's like, you know, I just feel like it's not right for me to talk to either one of y'all in front of the other one. He said, you know, I wouldn't talk to you in front of her. If I was talking to you on the phone, I would not be anywhere near her. I wouldn't let her hear the conversation and whatnot. And she says, you know, I don't need you to talk to her in front of me. I just wish that you would at least tell me, hey, I'm about to go call Tara and talk to her. Why? Can anybody tell me why? No? Nothing? Me either. You know, but, you know, let's hope that he'll tell her when he gonna call Tara. It doesn't matter, because he still loves Tara. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So we then see it the following day, and it was Asifa and I think Julia talking. And she was saying, like, what do you want us to do if he comes back? And Asifa said, well, it was like texting each other or something. And she was like, you know, well, I would just want you to, you know, just welcome him with open arms. And Julia was like, that makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to do that. You know, what he did was wrong, and I feel it's crazy for him to be able to leave and come back like nothing's wrong. This is the same person who was crying for days because her man told her that her makeup is dirty and her hair is dirty and greasy, and her makeup be caked up on her face. But the truth be told is, I looked at her one day, her confessional look, and I said, her hair do look greasy and her makeup do look caked in her eyes. So I get what he means. That's what it looks like. But, you know, I'm not dating, so it is what it is. Bobby comes back. Bobby, you're back. Yay. Everybody all happy, looking like, why y'all... I don't care. I can't. You know, it is what it is. So, you know, they then talk to the couples. The doctors are, you know, Dr. V and Dr. Ish. I don't know who was who. One's a man, one's a woman. It is what it is. And, you know, they're like, you held up the group. You held us up for a whole day. You know, you shouldn't, you know, you can't do stuff like that. You know, we're all here to get help. I didn't care about that either. But he did say the reason he left was because Aswa is a dark seeker, and that she seeks the darkness and stuff to try to make issues. Just meaning, like, he don't mean she's Satan or whatever. He just means if there's an issue, if there's a little bit of an issue, she'll seek out that little bit of an issue to make it a bigger issue, to make it an argument. Like, you seeked out Amina throwing Peter's phone to be like, what would you do if I broke your phone? And then when he said, well, you broke my iPad, what's the difference? Nah, it's an argument. So that's what he meant by she seeks out the darkness and it frustrates him. I get it, you know what I'm saying? But again, y'all don't need to be together. That's going to be my go-to anytime I say anything. So they did talk to Peter and Amina. And Peter started saying, like, you know, the reason he came to boot camp was because he felt like he can salvage it with either, if he had to choose between who to salvage it with, he picked Amina because it'll be easier to fix it with her, because he felt like he wouldn't have to hear about what he's done wrong forever. He said, but that's not really working, because she still is bringing up everything he's doing anyway. Because you are her husband and you are having sex with another woman who you were having sex with when we got married. So, I mean, who really cares? What else did they do? The whole little what do they call them, drills? The drill for today. They were making them relive traumatic moments in their life that could be affecting them currently today, and could be the reason as to why they have the issues in there at marriage boot camp. So, Kale brings up how she remembered her mom being arrested when she was like 6 years old, and, being taken away and being arrested. And she says it's because her mother had addiction problems. I think her mother was like an alcoholic. And she said, she feels like because of that, her mother was not a good mother. And she feels like that's almost the reason that she became a teen mom, was because she didn't have the love and attention she wanted. So she kind of just went out and had her own child to get that love and affection from her anyway. We see Javi, who says he remembers his father, finding out his father was cheating on his mom, and that he was very pissed off about it. And, he says he feels like that's also the reason why he always accuses Kale of cheating. And I'm like, okay, those two, I thought those were good examples. And I think Kale's childhood and her unstable childhood is also the reason why she has these unstable relationships, because she might not have ever saw a healthy relationship, and it could be because her mother was an alcoholic, so who knows what was going on in the household. So, that could also be it. So, Peter, let me say Amina. Well, Amina says how her dad used to cheat on her mom, and her mom wanted to leave, but she said she always felt like she came second to her dad. She's like, so when he would say, come, chill out with me, or like come sit next to him, she's like, I would sit there, and she's like, for hours, I just wouldn't move. I would just sit there for hours because I wanted to just be close to him and have him think of me as, his number one or whatever. Meaning that's why she allows Peter to treat her as number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. She's fighting for Peter to make her his number one. Girl, give it up. Fuck Peter. Now Peter's admission was, I was like, oh really? You okay? He says an older woman who used to babysit him did some inappropriate things to him, and I was like, oh my god, I am very much so. And I hate anything with children and pedophiles. It just, male, female, it irks my nerves to the fullest extent. He said he was between the ages of 6 and 8. She was the babysitter, and he said, she would put her mouth, she would put her mouth on me. I'm like, she was out there, so she probably put her mouth on his penis, as a kid or whatever. And he says that when he got older, he was like 14, he said, I would then kind of pressure my girlfriends, to have sex with me. He said, I feel like I took the abuse that I got and gave it to other people. He kind of admitted to, like, sexually abusing people, you know what I'm saying, when he was a kid. So I'm like, oh my god, you really admit that, so for me, I felt like that was a big admission that you were basically molested as a child, and then once you were a teenager, you did it to others. But he did say that he had girlfriends and he forced them to have sex. He didn't say forced, he said pressured. So I think there's a difference between taking it and saying we should have sex, and you kind of convince a girl to have sex. I'm just hoping he wasn't saying that he was like forcing girls to have sex and like taking it. I hope he was saying like he would just say, hey, we should really have sex, but we really should. I just hope he was not saying that he like took it from somebody. I don't, he didn't say he did. I'm just saying it's, it's a thin line. You gotta put stakes in the sand for that. So next we see, now this part kind of made me pissed off. Y'all know I'm not a Megan fan at all. I don't think her and DeAndre is a real couple. I don't think they need to be there. However, Megan has pink eye. I have had pink eye one time in my life. I actually had it earlier this year for the first time. I was like, oh my god, I have a disease. This is so nasty. Yeah, I got pink eye, and it hurt. I don't know if anyone has had pink eye too. It hurts. It's very uncomfortable. Your eyes are very sensitive to light. You don't want to, your eyes are sensitive. It is what it is. And so she's wearing sunglasses. And, they acting like it's a big deal when she have her sunglasses on. They're like, I know you have an eye infection, and we would prefer you to take your glasses out. We're going to let it slide for right now, but later you need to take them off. Bitch, what? I'm an adult. You can't and they are doctors. Any doctor, which means y'all not real doctors. You can't be real medical doctors. You can be a counselor. You can't be a medical doctor, because a medical doctor, is it medically necessary to wear glasses? No, it's not. I get that at all. But because your eye is irritated and it's sensitive to light, I wear glasses. I wear shades. I was off work. I happened to get it on like a Thursday or something like that. That's like a whole weekend. But I was walking around in my house with shades on because it was bright. You know, I have a big bay window. The sun shines in, and I wear my glasses. So I was pissed off that they was fucking with her, as in her saying I have pink eye and I'm wearing my shades, but I'm participating in the exercises. I'm talking and I'm saying whatever. I just have shades on. That's the way for her to avoid being fully present. Bitch, what? Y'all was messing with that girl, fully messing with her, and I think it was wrong, point blank and period. So both Megan and DeAndre say how their issue was both of their parents gave them away to other family members. You know, his mom gave him to his dad, and her mom gave her to her grandmother. So they both had this whole thing of being abandoned and being unwanted. That can be why her antics are so extra, because she feels like no one wants her. So I don't need no one close to me because no one wants me. So I think she is meant to push people away. But you know, it is what it is. DeAndre said that he's always angry because of it, but I've never seen him angry on the show. I mean, he doesn't say anything. So I said, okay, it's what it is. Bobby and asked for stuff to me. I was looking like, kind of like a whatever moment. You know, he said that his dad sees the world different and he doesn't want to be like him when he gets older. I didn't really care. And then she said her father speaks highly of her brothers, but not her because she's not married. She feels like she's not a good daughter. I can get how she felt that. She can feel like her father does not appreciate her. So she's trying to make the situation work with Bobby so that her father will accept her. Girl, bye. Move on. Date somebody else. But my thing is, your daddy could be right, because if you wasted 8 years with Bobby trying to make it work, he could say, what are you wasting your time for? Y'all not meant to be together. Okay? You know? So JJ says how he was in a car accident when he was like 17. He says he has hemophilia. Now, hemophilia, I believe, is a blood disorder where your blood clots a lot, and so yeah, I think that's what it is, if I'm not mistaken. But he said his father was angry with him because of his disease, well, his ailment, because it cost him a lot of money. Hemophilia is, I dated a guy who had that issue like when I was probably maybe 20. I don't know how old I was. Long time ago, early 20s, and he was in the hospital. Like, we dated for like 6 months, and the 6 months he was in the hospital like once every month, because it can be anything little as like that would just make him have issues, and he would just have to be, and he would like be in the hospital for a couple of days. So it's a very serious situation. Honestly, it is. So he was in the house. His father was he say angry? Yeah, his father had anger issues toward him because of his disease, because it cost him so much money dealing with the situation. So I'm looking like, well, okay, that's crazy. And of course, Julia's traumatic situation was her husband committing suicide. So yeah. So from there, they basically shackle all the couples, and I mean literally in shackles, like prison type shackles, slave type shackles. I felt personally, I don't think there should ever be a point where you put people in shackles and chains, because I don't think that's, I don't want to be oversensitive as well, though. I would not have participated in that drill. I would have said, y'all can do something else to make me feel like I'm being held back by my traumatic experience. But you're not going to handcuff my arms and my wrists and my ankles. Because it was like, the whole arms, ankles thing, no, ain't gonna happen. You know, not for me. You know, but they shackle them, saying how they'll realize later, you know, how they're being held back, how they're shackling themselves with these issues, and they have them going around the house in these shackles. They trying to walk around in the shackles. They trying to eat dinner with the shackles. I'm like, come on, it wouldn't have been for me. So we then see Oscar and Bobby having a conversation, and he's just saying how, you know, they need to either be okay or they need to break up for good. You know what I'm saying? He's saying, you know, I love you, I really, really do, but eventually we need to give it up. Yes, you do. God, he says how, she said how he don't know her on a deep level. If you have been with a man for 8 years and you feel like he don't know you on a deep level, you stupid. Because he should know you on a deep level by at least year 2, if not year 3. And if not by year 4, what you still sitting around? Why are you still there? I don't get it. 8 years and you say he don't know you on a deep level? Girl, is you not deep? Is you shallow? I was just like, it's a failure, okay? If after 8 years, a man or woman don't know you deep, like if they don't know your inner whatevers, your inner secrets, your inner fantasies, your inner fears, your inner spiritual connection with God, if they don't know whatever, after 8 years, it's a failure, okay? Let it go. So the end of it, well, not the end of it, but yeah, kind of the end of it. They put them, outside. It's a fake jail, like bars and all that stuff. So they walk their shackled asses out there, and they put them all in there, and they're like, okay, the prison, the jail represents, these traumatic situations that are holding you back. So we're gonna have y'all come out, talk to us. We're gonna be the person who you need to forgive to let go of this stuff, and take the shackles off. So, one by one, they all come out. Peter came out. Peter was crying as the doctor was playing the woman who molested him and stuff like that. And, saying, do you forgive me? And it was a thing of, this is your issue. Say what you have to say to this person who wronged you in whatever way. Forgive them so you can move on. My thing about that is, I don't think true forgiveness comes from out the blue forgiving. I don't think you could say, this is an issue I've had for the 35 years of my life, and a stranger then says, hey, Jay Lee, so-and-so stole your credit card 30 years ago, and they stole your credit card 30 years ago, and it caused all these issues, and even though these past 35 years you've been pissed off about it, I apologize. Can you forgive me? I can say yes, but I might not be ready to forgive you, and give me a moment, give me a day or two to release it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I felt. So, Peter, everyone for the most part, got through it. Peter was crying. I thought it was cool that Peter was crying. Kale, however, she was crying, but saying that she doesn't feel anything, as far as her mother is. But we've known Kale don't feel nothing for her mama forever. She said that a long time ago, because she said she feels like the relationship with her parent had nothing to do with her and Javi. And she also said that she's not ready to forgive, or she doesn't want to address it right now. I don't think that was wrong of her. I don't think that you should force a person to forgive their mother who has never really been a mother to them and had a lot of issues, and want them to just say, yes, I forgive you, or make them address it if they're not ready to address it. I feel like you can't rush therapy. You can't rush a healing process. And to want to rush it, to me, is like malpractice. In my opinion. And they make her go back into prison. She's like, I don't give a fuck. But she said, because it's like it was like that she didn't want to admit that she has unhealthy relationships based on the stuff going on in her mom. She might not be ready to come to that realization yet. And you can't fault her for not being ready. You can't rush a person, because when you rush someone to be ready, it's not real and it doesn't last. So, it was what it was. Megan didn't want to take her shades off, and, I call bullshit again, because they were trying to make this girl take her shades off, but she was still trying to participate. And they said, you don't run this house, we run this house, and we need to see your eyes for this to work. No, you don't. You really don't. And my thing is, if y'all got the girl outside, because it looked cold, it was all bundled up, so it was cold. You have her outside in the elements, and she has an eye infection. That's stupid. Let that girl wear her shades. Okay? I mean, it wasn't. I think you all caused more of an issue with her wearing the shades than what the issue was that she was having with her feeling abandoned. It was stupid, And again, I felt like that was messing with her, and I thought it was stupid. So that was basically the end of it. They left Kale and Megan in the prison because they didn't finish it the way the doctors wanted them to finish it. And both Megan and Kale was pissed off. Like, this is some bullshit. I think it's dumb. Kale said, I shouldn't be punished because I'm not ready to forgive yet. And she shouldn't be. And Megan shouldn't be punished because she got the fucking pink eye and she got shades on. I mean, it was just stupid. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't like it. Was that all? Well, Megan was then sent to DeAndre because they were saying, okay, y'all can go back to the house. You know, Megan and Kale had to stay out here for a little bit longer. And Megan was like, you bet not leave me, to DeAndre. And he was like, what? You know, what are you talking about? You know, you just have to stay for a little bit longer. You know, it is what it is. And she felt like he didn't defend her. He didn't stand up for her. And, you know, so she's pissed off. I can't believe he was. I mean, I get how she feel a little bit. You can want, I don't know. I think the reason she had to wait in there was stupid. So I do think for the reason that they have her waiting, he could have waited with her. Even though, that's why I say they're not a real couple. But the end of the episode ends with Asifa being herself and saying, Bobby, that girl who was harassing you, she just called me 4 times to call me a bitch. You want to see? And he's like, Asifa, not tonight. I don't care. Let it go. I'm not being harassed. You know, it is what it is. Just stop it. And she's like, no, I can show you. Just look. And he's like, you know, I don't care. I don't care. And she, again, is trying to find the darkness in the situation to make an argument. And he like, this bullshit. I'm ready to leave again if you don't stop it. And then the episode goes off. So, you know, look, I don't feel like Oscar and Bobby should be together at all. I think they should just break up and they're here for nothing. I don't think DeAndre and Megan are a real couple. We both know that Javi and Kale are separated and he's now dating Brianna. And who else? Peter and Amina. Peter gonna continue to sleep with Amina and Tara, and they both gonna just deal with it. JJ and Julia. I hope y'all broke up and y'all are not together anymore because y'all was a fake relationship anyway. And was that everybody? Yep. So that was my review of Marriage Boot Camp Reality Star season 11 episode. Was that episode 7? I don't remember. I'm looking to see what it was. So I can just, episode 7. So until next time, everybody. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Make sure to put any comments you have below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.